Welcome back to the late night format here on WESU Middletown 88.1 FM. I am your very special guest co-host, Gabe Rosenberg, here in the studio with Slepack. You've tuned in just in time for our talk about television.
Indeed you have. We're big movie fans here on the late night format, but we also like TV. So sometimes instead of talking about movies, we talk about TV. Kind of like an audible movie club, but it's actually about TV. Do you get it? We're talking about TV. TV. So this week, in honor of the rumored return of Twin Peaks, look at that, we know about news. Twin Peaks is supposed to come back, which neither Gabe or I have seen. But
I should, but I haven't. But it's one of those. Is it on Netflix? It should be on Netflix.
Maybe it will be now that it's coming back. Who knows? But we thought that in the spirit of that, we'd talk about some shows that we wish would come back from the death of cancellation. So,
I mean, if you're going to talk about shows that were prematurely canceled, I mean, the first that come to mind are Freaks and Geeks.
And 30 Rock.
No, not 30 Rock. 30 Rock ran for what, like 27 seasons?
Only 7. Calm yourself.
Okay, no, I'm like Firefly. One season for Freaks and Geeks. I love 30 Rock.
Don't you think the world could do with infinite 30 Rock, though?
I mean, yes.
Like, it's a show that could have gone on forever.
But it's not like it was a tragedy.
It was kind of a tragedy. I was very upset. I don't know about you. You started watching after it aired.
No, I mean,
I don't get to talk.
No, that's not true. I watched, like, assorted episodes while it was still going on. Like, I saw an episode here or there, but I didn't marathon until the summer when Adi made me. We exchanged SNL veteran shows. She watched Parks and Rec if I would watch 30 Rock.
Yeah. And we both kind of failed. Well, I did everything that was on Netflix. So now the 6th season is on Netflix, so I need to find time to do that.
Okay, so now we each have a season left to go through.
All right.
But, okay, neither of those were prematurely canceled. I'm talking about, like, Freaks and Geeks.
Yeah, Freaks and Geeks definitely was a revolutionary show in many ways, and is definitely the penultimate show that that died before its time. Everyone
who was amazing in television is on that show pretty much. Like Marshall from How I Met Your Mother, Jason Segel. You know, he was so cute and awkward.
Sorry. I made a sniffing noise and then realized that it was audible, so I just did it again. Anyway, continue. I'm really tired.
Disturbing.
Smells like comedy.
Is that comedy? Smells like comedy.
Is that comedy I smell? Nope. Anyway, continue.
So Jason Segel's in it, and he's so cute. And Adi just showed me a CD that says "Discovering Nature."
Has the two birds from Rio on it. I'm distracted. Anyway, Freaks and Geeks was great.
It was great. And, like, what did you think of James Franco? Like, back then, honestly. Before James Franco got to James Franco.
I mean, he had inklings of James Franco. Like, he was pretty creepy on that show.
He was very stonery. Like, that's...
Yeah.
I think he's just a stoner is the reason why.
Yeah. Yeah, he had his moments, for sure, though. I'm a huge fan of realism. And capturing, especially, like, in high school elements, like, capturing, like, the real high school rather than, like, the stereotypical, like, cool cheerleaders and whatever. But, like, what about the people who are, like, in the middle and that, like, nothing is going on so
like,
much?
the real gritty day-to-day life that only Glee can express.
Yeah, so flawlessly. They're great. No, down with Glee, up with Freaks and Geeks.
Do you think Glee was prematurely canceled? Is Glee
It's
still on the
happening.
air?
Glee is still on the air. It's infuriating.
In the words of John Oliver, how is this still a thing?
I don't get that reference.
You're like a late night comedy person. Don't you watch, like, John Oliver?
No, I don't. I've been told, my friend Vita is like, you have to, like, the second it came out, she was like, last week tonight. And I was like, okay. And then I just didn't.
No, it's, like, absolutely better than everything out there. Speaking of which, things that were prematurely canceled, The Colbert Report.
What? Wait, no, The Colbert Report has been on forever. He's leaving it to go to The Tonight Show.
Okay, but, like, that means we're gonna lose The Colbert Report. And that's
so then I get to say 30 Rock then. Like, absolutely.
No, because the Colbert Report is timeless. Like, it doesn't need...
So is 30 Rock.
It doesn't need plots.
So does 30 Rock.
It's sort of true. 30 Rock doesn't really need plots.
30 Rock is amazing. What other shows are we supposed to mention when having this conversation?
Firefly. I can go on forever. Adie's still going through Firefly.
Yeah.
What do you think of it so far? How far are you in?
6 episodes? Either 4 or 6 episodes. 4 episodes.
What do you think of it?
I like it so far. Like, it's fun. Like, I have some issues with it. Not that I can verbalize right now, so don't ask me to.
Okay.
But, I like where it's going, and I like watching it. It's like... It's kind of like campy in like a classic like Joss Whedon way. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it absolutely does have that like...
It's self-aware.
Yeah, it's like not in the way that his Marvel stuff is, where it's like so high budget.
No, like Cabin in the Woods.
What do you mean?
Like just in the way that it's like self-aware and that like it doesn't take itself too seriously. Because it's so Firefly, if you don't know, is like the space western, sort of.
Yeah. So like. There was a problem with Earth, so they had to basically create new planets. And so there's like a large system of planets, and the ones near the center are like taken over by this sort of...
Wait, I think you have to watch out what you're saying, because I don't know if I know that much yet about how their universe works.
I mean, you should. I mean, you get sort of an idea. It's not like totally explained, but it's not like spoilers.
Okay, so don't spoil.
It's just sort of like building blocks. That, you know, there's a government in this that like controls the center, and then these guys are like on a ship illegally around the fringe. They're pirates. They're space pirates, right. And that's basically the whole premise of the show.
Pirate Western.
When you pitch the show to someone and you're like, "Yo, you should watch Firefly," and they're like, "Why? I don't like bugs." You're like, "No, space pirates." They're like, "I'm in 100%. Sign me up."
I mean, that's how it went for me.
Yeah, but it only got a season, which is and a movie, and I have issues with the movie, but we...
Or is the movie the spin-off? The movie's the spin-off.
The movie's the spin-off. And it like has like a comic series and stuff, yeah. But, you know, I mean, I have issues with the movie, which we won't go into because Adie hasn't watched it yet. But, I don't know, it just could go on forever. Like, it's like Battlestar Galactica. Like, they could just keep going. And Battlestar Galactica had like a nice, tight focus. But Firefly just had like that, such like a cool world that it could explore. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah. I fell asleep a little bit.
Wake up!
No. Is there anything else that we should mention? Like, I know I've read lists of this, like, in order to get like shows that I should watch. So like, if I was to, I could throw out like a bunch of names of shows that were canceled before their time. Have I seen them? No.
Okay, wait. Can you actually list out?
Better Off Ted, Party Down, the Andy Richter show that happened.
Better Off Ted. Actually, though.
Yeah?
I really liked that show. It was very weird.
Oh, you know what? I know a lot of people would say Chuck.
No, Chuck jumped the gun. Like, 3 seasons in, Chuck just became a little too weird. I know we have a friend who's gonna, like, punch me over this, but I just stopped enjoying Chuck as much. It, like, lost its, you know, like, underdog sort of feel, you know? Mm. Yeah.
So, retracted. But, oh, and then I had a thing to say. And then, what I think this conversation is harder to have because now with the internet and stuff, it's so easy to kind of influence the networks because they do respond to things that when people are very adamantly upset about them being canceled, they bring them back. Which has its advantages and disadvantages, but like, for example, Community isn't over. The Boondocks had 2 seasons in like the mid-2000s, and like now it just had its 4th season now, so it like had a bunch of years between it, and then it had a 3rd and 4th season. Like even things so far away as like Twin Peaks get to come back now because of the internet. So this is a conversation that will be constantly ebbing and flowing and changing.
And I mean, like, Arrested Development would definitely be up there.
Oh, yeah.
How did we forget that one?
Oh, my God. Because it came back also.
Because it came back, and I didn't super enjoy the last season, so I was like, you know what, it was fine with 3.
I liked it.
Yeah, well. No one's perfect. I mean, it had a good moment, but it's not like... It didn't quite... I mean, that's the problem with bringing back shows. It's a different thing to say that a show should just keep running indefinitely. It's another thing to say that
Unless you're 30 Rock.
25 years after the show went off the air, it should come back.
Yeah, that's true. I agree with that. Alright, so we're out of time.